Hello everyone, this is Harley from Red and White, and today we're going to do a video on pond apple and how you can use pond apples at your farm in various different ways. So the pond apple is actually part of the Annona family, if you didn't know. Now its botanical name is Annona Glabra, and pond apple is actually native here to Florida. So something about pond apple is, as you notice, it's planted right here directly into the ground. Now this is actually a seedling of pond apple. So this pond apple actually hasn't been watered, other than the natural rainfalls. And as you see, this pond apple is still very hardy. And I actually have many pond apple seedlings planted all around my farm. This is just one of them. I probably have around 50 to 60 pond apple seedlings planted in different areas of my farm. And the reason I planted pond apple here at my farm is because here in Punta Gorda, it gets pretty wet during the rainy season. And I actually have swales all throughout my farm. And the swales, so this will actually get flooded here during the rainy season. In the next few months, you'll notice here that it will all be flooded in this area. So the pond apples actually grow very well in swamps, and they're used to the flooding. And the reason why I planted pond apple all around my farm is because in the future, I'll be grafting onto them, and I'll be grafting Cherilata Ilama, and different varieties of Annona that are rather difficult to graft on regular rootstock. So I'm really looking forward to having Ilamas everywhere, and as well as Cherilatas and different other Annonas. So I'm just going to point out in some areas that I actually have pond apples planted, and they've actually are very small right now, but I actually know where they are so I don't step on them. Here's another pond apple. As you see, it's just growing really good here. I don't water them whatsoever, as like I said, they're native here, so they just take the drought really easily, and they're just waiting for the spring rains to come here. Now I actually have pond apple planted all around my farm and a lot inside. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to these pond apples because in a few years, I believe in about 2 to 3 years, they'll be sufficient size for me to graft onto them. And I'm actually gonna leave a few more pond apples actually to grow here just so I can harvest the fruit and use them, as future rootstock. Here is another pond apple that I planted right over here. Now this is actually a collection of like 2 or 3 pond apple rootstocks. As you see, they're just growing here really good. Like I said, this is Annona Glabra. As you see, they kind of have the sugar apple or Annona leaf, and I actually have to separate some of these because, like I said, there's actually 3 pond apple rootstocks in here. And like I said, these are actually doing really good just because they're in full sun. Like I said, this is where it actually floods, so they're actually connected. So they must be connected to some sort of moisture because these pond apples are just really taking off and skyrocketing. So we're actually going to go more into the farm, and I'm going to point out where I have more pond apple rootstocks just so we can kind of keep track. And because I believe in a year or so from now, once we actually get the first few rains here in a few months, they're really going to grow in size, and they're going to be much more noticeable. Because right now, it's funny, when I have friends coming over to see the farm, I'm always scared that they're going to step on these pond apples because they don't know where they are, but I'm always like really cautious of these. I'm really babying them. As you see, here's another swale that I have right here, and there's just more pond apple Annona Glabra rootstocks, and here's 2. Now I do have to separate them. Now believe it or not, I actually planted these really close together in rows, about 7 feet apart. So like I said, I'm gonna have llamas and cherilatas here everywhere, and like I said, different Annonas too. But the reason why I'm just saying cherilata and llama is because that's what I have at my house. I actually have cherilata and a llama both grafted onto pond apple rootstock, which is what this is right here. This is another pond apple Annona Glabra rootstock, and like I said, they're not planted too far from each other. They're about roughly 6 to 7 feet apart. I'm looking for the other one. Here's the other one. Like I said, I'm kind of the only one who knows where they are, and I'm just really excited that I planted them about a few months ago. I planted these way before I left for Colombia, so maybe like 4 months ago or so. But like I said, once I planted them, I haven't watered them or touched them once. Like these just grow naturally really good, like I said, because they're native. They just grow on their own. So I'm super excited to have this rootstock here just growing here, because I know in about 2 to 3 years, once the time comes, I'll be able to graft onto these, and it's just gonna be really good, to be able to have like llamas and stuff growing in between, right here where it floods at the farm. So it's just one way how you can really utilize, a property that kind of floods. Now my farm doesn't flood essentially, but it does get very wet, and the previous owners like dug out these swales, so these areas right here where this is planted in just fill up with water. And you know, you can also plant a lot of other things like sugar cane, bananas, which I have, but you know, pond apple is something else that you can utilize, especially if you love Annonas or if you are planning to grow Annonas, because you can definitely utilize the wetter areas of your yard, or even if you have like a lake at your house right now or something, you can definitely utilize planting pond apple rootstock. Or if you live in a swamp, I don't know, you can definitely utilize planting Annona, Glabra, and then, you know, grafting onto it in the future. But you know, you have to do it early, and you have to be willing to wait, you know, the few years till the rootstock grows, especially in the ground. So as you see, we're just gonna move on to the other rootstock that I have over here. And I really like these Annona Glabras because, like I said, they're just such a useful plant. And the rootstock, being native in Florida, is just super vigorous. They're known for also being known as alligator apple, just because alligators are known for like jumping out of the water to catch these on the trees. Although some are reported to taste kind of like pineapple, you just have to eat them at a good time when they're really ripe. But nonetheless, I'm going to use this for rootstock, and as well as fruiting some for, you know, more seeds to make more rootstock, and you know, just to sell some in the future for grafting purposes. Now, I'm actually not going to show you all of the pineapples that I have on video because I have so many, guys. This is just one of the main rows that I have here at the farm, and I just wanted to show you guys how I utilize pineapples, because those of you who watch my videos here on my channel probably don't know that I actually had pineapples planted amongst here at the farm. But it's definitely something to look forward here at the farm, you know, as everything grows. You know, these pineapples are definitely going to be growing, and like I said, during this rainy season they're just going to really explode, and they've been growing really good on their own. Like I said, I haven't really been watering them or anything, and they're just already growing super good on their own. So I'm just really looking forward to the growth and the development of these pond apples. So thank you guys for watching this video on these pineapple rootstocks. I'm looking forward to an update video in the future as they grow bigger, and I'm going to be looking forward to the day I actually decide to graft onto them. For now, I definitely recommend, if you guys love Annonas and if you have a wet area in your yard, you know, I highly recommend to try and grow Annona Glabra there, and you know, possibly graft onto it in the future. So thank you guys for watching this video again, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye now.